Welcome to another edition of Ask Isaiah's live commentary. Right now, I am breaking down the Philadelphia 76ers and Charlotte Hornets as they played tonight. This is in the second quarter. I had to eat first, but second quarter just started. It was tied at 33 going into the second quarter. Philly leads right now 35 to 33. Uh, both teams have been able to get out and run. A lot of that has to do with Philadelphia's turnovers. Uh, what the Hornets have been able to do is get 16 points off of six Philadelphia turnovers. And what Philadelphia's been able to do is get to the free throw line. A lot of that comes with Joel Embiid just putting pressure on the defense, and they've been able to get some threes from Dario Saric and Robert Covington. So it's good to see Philadelphia's role players getting out and making things happen. In their previous performance, Philadelphia held Charlotte to 39% shooting. And while Kemba Walker did put up 38 points in that particular game, he shot 11 of 31. Marco Fultz just missed a jumper there. It was really ugly. But when you hold Kimber to 11 or 31, that allows you to uh, to to shrink the floor and make it difficult on other players to score as well. Because now you're forcing them to try to take pressure off of Kimber. It didn't work, but the Sixers barely won that game. So both teams have competed really well, sort of at the same level in this particular game. 35-33. Markel's at the free throw line. He makes the first. So far this season, this is game 13 for the Sixers. They come into this game 7-5. Markel Fultz has been a starter for the entire season thus far, and JJ Redick is coming off the bench, but he's starting in the second half. So they've been able to balance that out. I still feel like they should probably have Markel come off the bench, but it's best to have Markel at this point in his career starting based off of mental attitude. You want to build his confidence. Malik Monk just knocked down the three. Malik Monk struggled last year in his rookie year. Coming out of Kentucky, he was sort of he dropped in the draft. Actually, De'Aaron Fox, which surprised a lot of people, was drafted higher. But I think that was more or less because of it's a point guard game. He was drafted higher, and Malik kind of dropped to the Hornets. He's still lottery, but he dropped. And he struggled in his rookie year. But this year he's playing with much more confidence. As right now he shows some playmaking ability. Gets the Bismack Biyombo for an opportunity to go to the free throw line. But I think what Monk is showing now, especially he's having the ball more now in his hands, he's trying to create more. He's just being more of an attack mode, similar to what he was in Kentucky. I think last year was a lot more passive. He dealt with some injuries last year, so kind of affected his rhythm. Biyombo makes that first free throw. Sixers lead 39-37 with 9:46 remaining. Biyombo so far this season in 5 games, 2.8 points, 60% shooting from the field. He goes 1 out of 2. But yeah, with Malik Monk, I think now, especially if he's able to be more consistent of a scorer for Charlotte, and they have a young rookie in Miles Bridges, they can try to build something consistent in Washington. In Charlotte. Landry Shamet for three, unable to knock it in, but Shamet has been able to perform very valiantly in consistent games as Joel comes skying in for a block. Marvin Williams misses a three. Landry Shamet, man, he's been really consistent and a complimentary shooter to JJ, something that they definitely need. Foles comes in, knocks in the mid-range jumper. I won't call it a floater just yet, but definitely knocked that down, so that's good to see. Monk comes off firing off the down screen, doesn't knock it down. Philadelphia up 4, 41-37. Shannon thought about a three, instead gets a great find inside. Philadelphia up 43-37. Jared Bolden able to finish that bucket. rookie from Philadelphia, gets his first score of the game. Give you some of the games that are going on at the moment. Orlando's up 38 to 34 with 7:01 remaining. Excuse me, 48 to 34 with 7:01 remaining in the second quarter. Washington is going through it right now in terms of the dysfunction that they're going through internally. They don't have any chemistry, and I think despite the talent level that they do have, the there's issues in terms of shot distribution and just being cohesive. They don't have it right now. I think Scott Brooks won't be able to make it halfway through the season. Right now they're 2-6, 2-8, and you look at the quality of the losses that they have, it's just unacceptable for Washington. So 48-34 Orlando leads. Detroit and Atlanta just started. 7:30 remaining in the first quarter. Detroit's up 18-7. At 8 o'clock, Indiana plays Miami. That should be a solid game. Even though Goran Dragic and Dwayne Wade are out, Dwayne Wade just had the birth of his daughter, so he's going to be out while uh, Goran Dragic is going to miss some time with sore knee. Brooklyn and Denver get underway at 9 p.m. And the return of Gordon Hayward to Utah is going to be a big time game at 9:30. Boston versus Utah. Kyrie Irving is out due to personal reasons. And at 10 o'clock, Minnesota plays Sacramento. And now they're breaking down Charlotte's bench at the moment. And based on the bench numbers, they're first in assists and second in points of the bench. A lot of that has to do with the addition of Tony Parker. Tony Parker, especially in the last 4 games, averaging 14 points per. That's a great addition for Charlotte because he provides some stability once Kemba Walker goes to the bench. A lot of the last couple of years, Kemba, despite performing valiantly for Charlotte, when he goes to the bench, there's a steep drop off. And I think even though Tony is not at the level that he used to be in his prime, he still has the basketball IQ and the want to perform at a high level. And being in a limited role allows him to maximize his time once he gets on the floor. While when blocked inside by Bolden. No, excuse me, that was Wilson Chandler. Simmons kicks out to Chavez for three. Sharridge is back in the flow. I spoke extensively about Sharridge's struggles to start the year. I felt a lot of that had to do with him playing overseas in the summertime for his country. But since his breakout performance against Indiana on Wednesday, that's allowed him to see the ball go in the basket. He scored 18 points and key 3 pointers down the stretch to stretch the lead. And now being at home, getting that home cooking has allowed him to help the Sixers. And honestly, he's supposed to be their consistent number 3 option. So to see him attacking and just getting some baskets, he just got a potential assist to Fultz, but Fultz missed the layup there, and he'll be going to the line. Seeing Showers getting the floor, that's great for the Sixers going forward. Fultz makes his first free throw. Simmons able to finish off the attack, able to get the offensive rebound off Fultz's missed free throw. Sixers lead 49-39, 10-2 run in the last 1 minute and 55 seconds. There you go. Tony kicked out to Coney Zeller. No finish there. Rebounded by Fultz. On a fast break, Ben with a great no-look pass to Wilson Chandler who runs the lane. And Ben will find you when he runs the lane. That's what he does. An exceptional point guard with great vision. This is how you lay the pound for pound on a team you're better than. You know. Oh, great steal by Ben. Potential finish here. And he finishes on a break left hand. Timeout by Charlotte. 6:20 remaining. 53-39. The Sixers lead. So far, Ben with 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists. Joel Embiid already on tap to get another 30-point game. 10 points already, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks. On the season, Embiid is averaging just under 28 points per game, 27.7 points per, over 12 rebounds, and over 2 blocks per game. So that level of consistency from a prolific scorer will help Philadelphia, but it's good to see that the surrounding cast putting forth that effort. I mentioned Dario Saric already with 9 points. Covington's early shots made in the first quarter got him off to a good start with 5 points. JJ Redick with 6 points. So they're getting a requisite balance to finish out this game. For Charlotte, they're being led by Kemba Walker as always, 7 points. Excuse me, Jeremy Lamb has 8 points. Kemba has 7 points and 3 assists, but right now they just don't have enough. Ben McBiombo, Tony Parker, all on the board. Malik Monk with 3, but they just don't have enough right now. They're shooting just 38% from the floor. Meanwhile, Philadelphia is shooting 54%. So right now they're getting out and putting that putting that pound for pound on Charlotte. Kemba trying to attack the rim there. Great closeout at the rim by Saric. On the run, potential finish, tries to find Ben on a cut down the lane, but it's stolen by Charlotte. Kemba comes back for 3, back rims it, unable to knock it down. At the rim, Wilson Chandler couldn't quite gather, but he gets fouled there. Looking at Kemba Walker's 3-point shooting against the Sixers this season. So far in this game, he is 2 for 8 from the floor, and he's 1 for 3 from three. If you go back to his game against Philly early in the season, we're gonna go back just a bit. The first game of the season I mentioned, he shot 11 for 30, 11 for 31. He shot just 3 for 15 from three. So he's not been able to be efficient from the 3-point line, and that's where a lot of Charlotte's offenses come from, especially with the increased pace. They've been able to keep up in terms of scoring, but in terms of being playing with better teams, they haven't been able to keep up. Shannon for three, unable to knock it down from the right corner. Laying with the switch on Sharge. Inside, Michael Kidd Gilchrist able to finish right over TJ McCollum. Just a straight mismatch inside. There's but so much he could do over the top. 53-51, Philadelphia leads. Philadelphia's outscoring Charlotte 20-12 in the paint. Sarge with the contact. Kicks out to Wilson Chandler for three. Front rim to rebounded by Sarge. Great attack on the boards. Shannon for three. Assist from Ben, and it's knocked in. Sixers continue to shoot the three well. Sixers tonight with 13 second chance points. At this point, that's a difference in the game. The Sixers have 7 offensive rebounds compared to Charlotte's 3. Miles Bridges tried to spin off a Charlotte. They call a foul. It's quite a bailout there. 7 seconds left on the clock. Goes back to 14 on the foul. Simmons with another finish. Great find on the outlet pass. TJ McCollum is a great bench player in terms of his effort and energy. You know, his minutes have shrunk this season due to Markel Fultz being featured so much, especially as a starter in the second half coming off the bench. But whenever he comes in, he just provides great energy. Very similar to what Smith does for Detroit. Right now, the Sixers up 17, 51 to 40, 58 to 41. But with the three by Miles Bridges now, they only have about 14. TJ with a great outlet pass off one leg, two-hand finish from Ben Simmons. Sixers up 14 right now. '58-44, 3:18 remaining second quarter. throwing Embiid back into the game. Up fake, floater off the glass, no good. Goes up the back rim. Jeremy Lin back into the game, comes up with the rebound. Kemba, crossover dribble, step back, jumper, patented step back from Kemba. Doesn't fall right there, but he always get great separation on that. Been a little bit out of control, saved by Showers there. In the post, looking to get a good cut pass to Ben, but it's stolen by Lamb. Kick out to Kemba. Cody Zeller with the floater over Covington and it rolls around and drops in. We have an 11-point game, back and forth we go. If Charlotte plays their cards right, they can cut this deficit, make it a lot closer. 6-0 run in the last minute and 15. And one of the Sixers' Achilles heel so far, their turnovers, another turnover, Kemba Walker with another three potentially, but it rolls off, rebounded by Embiid. So far, the Sixers in this game have, I'll tell you how many turnovers they have at this point. Covington able to get a bucket there. Excuse me. Look at the box score. Philadelphia so far. So far it's 8 turnovers. They have 8 turnovers. Charlotte was able to score in the first 6 turnovers. Chavez thought about a three, hesitated, pulls, misses it short. He said he just took it instead of hesitating. Crossover dribble by Land. Doesn't finish, rebounded by Chavez. Sixers have numbers. Kick out to JJ. Thought about a three, takes it, misses it short. Covington just picked up his third personal foul with 48 seconds left in the half. Dwayne Bacon at the line. Great contact. Finish there. Unable to get the and one, but he'll be going to the line. Covington picks up his third. He's been dealing with some back spasms the last couple of games. So you got to pay attention to how he comes out in the second half. If he's able to uh, stay effective defensively and offensively. JJ just missed a three, but Embiid able to draw fouls. B makes both free throws. 62-50, 5-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Lamb attacking, doesn't get the finish. Cody Zeller looking to get the putback, but it goes out of bounds. So Sixers get the last possession. 11.1 seconds left. Benz is Charlotte for three. Wide open, knocked down. Sixers up 15, 65-50. Kemba half court off the backboard. So Sixers lead 65-50. Look at the matchup number. Sixers lead 65-50. Outscored the Hornets 32-17 in the second quarter. A lot of that came off the fast break variety. Ben Simmons already in the first half performing very well. 10 points, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. I said that Embiid made the last two free throws, but that was Ben Simmons. Embiid still has 10 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks. Charlotte with that 3-pointer at the buzzer, before the buzzer at halftime, has 12.6 rebounds. Covington with 3 fouls, but he has 7. So the Sixers are getting great balance right now. As a team, they're shooting 48%, and from the free throw line 71%. So that's encouraging to see. From three, shooting 43%, 9 of 21 from the floor. Whereas Charlotte, on the other hand, not not really getting quality shots right now. They're shooting 33% from the floor. From three, they've been able to shoot near 50%, 7 of 15. But in terms of the offensive rebounding for Philadelphia, that's really been the difference right now. They have 7 offensive rebounds compared to Charlotte's 3, and that's really been the difference in the game in terms of how Philadelphia's been able to maximize that ability. So we will be back with more breakdowns in the second half, more quality commentary as the game goes on. This is Ask Isaiah live commentary. Charlotte versus Philadelphia. Philadelphia leads Charlotte 65-50. We will be right back. Start the second half of action. Sixers lead 65-50. They outscored the Hornets by 15 points in the second quarter. A lot of that came on great defense. Sixers shooting 12 of 25 while holding the Hornets to 5 of 23 in that second quarter. And just to get it started, you got Joel Embiid getting the putback off of Ben Simmons' missed baseline. Kemba Walker misses another 3 already. Joel Embiid with his 13th his 13th double double. Excuse me, his 12th double double in 13 games. This is the 13th game for the Sixers this season. Sixers already with 23 fast break points compared to the. I just saw Marvin Williams make a corner 3. I'm surprised by it. Sixers have 23 fast break points compared to Charlotte's 7. Yeah, another turnover from the Sixers gives Charlotte an opportunity. Great defense on the fast break by Covington to stop a layup by Kemba Walker. I'll say whatever I have to about Covington's streaky shooting, but one thing about Covington, he plays great. He plays great defense. Mm. With a pullback 3, not a 3, a pullback jumper on the elbow. 69-55. JJ starts the second half as always. Kicks out to Covington. Covington misses the three. Jeremy Lamb trying to get a bounce pass to Cody Zeller kick ball. Cody Zeller with a finish off an and one. One thing about Cody Zeller, especially with his size and ability, he's able to finish at the rim. And I think he surprises people in terms of how strong he is. He's been able to solidify career in the league at this point. Right now, the Hornets on a 7-0 run, 1 minute over the last 1 minute and 9 seconds. Sixers up by 12, but JJ Redick finds Dario Saric on the back cut, able to finish at the rim. So Saric keeps up his scoring over the last two games. 14-point game for the Sixers, 12-point difference in points in the paint, 28-16 for Philadelphia. Joel Embiid with another rebound. Dribble handoff to JJ, top of the key, knockdown, jumper is good. 16-point game, Sixers lead, 8:55 remaining in the third. A good response from Philadelphia. 20 assists already for the Sixers. Batum misses another shot. Rebounded by Embiid as he pushes the break. Embiid at the rim and he slams on Nicholas Batum, and we get a foul call. That was great. That was great two-man action from Embiid and Simmons. '75 57 Sixers lead. Joel Embiid, 14.4 rebounds, 14 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. Give you some more scores around the league right now. Washington is still losing to Orlando. Orlando's at home, 74-58. Just a complete bludgeoning so far. Detroit is up by 21, 64-43 against Atlanta. Indiana and Miami are just underway in Miami. Miami leads 18-11. And the last three games of the night, you have Brooklyn versus Denver. You have Boston versus Utah. And you have Minnesota versus Sacramento. When I just think about Washington at this point, before I even got on live with the guys, I was debating. I was having a huge debate about where John Wall's standing is in the NBA. I feel like as a player, he's an elite player in terms of everything he's accomplished at this point. He's an All NBA performer. He's a player who's made multiple All Star games and he's respected at his position. But I feel like because of his talent level and the requisite talent he has on a team like he has in the Eastern Conference, he should be he should be a player that is leading a team that's contending in the Eastern Conference. But yet, there's teams with lesser talent that are passing them by. You can look at Indiana. You can look at Milwaukee. Now, Milwaukee has Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is a better player than John Wall, but still, John Wall's experience and Washington's experience in playoffs should propel them against uh, teams in terms of stacking in the conference. But right now, at 2-8, just not really utilizing what they have around him, and I think Scott Brooks is on the hot seat in terms of what he can do, how he can salvage the season. The best they can do is probably trade off some assets that they have, but some of their contracts are so bad you can't even move a player like John Wall who received the supermax. Now most most of the players that have received Supermax or near those type of extensions. You have Russell Westbrook, you have Steph Curry, you have uh, you have James Harden. Those players are franchise pillars. And I think considering what John Wall has done, yes, he has the requisite time put in with the Wizards, but I don't think he's been a franchise pillar or someone who has transcended or is the type of leader that can galvanize a group. I feel like with all the dysfunction going on, he might not be the sole reason that they're playing the way that they are, but he's definitely at the core of it. But back to the Sixers and Hornets, you got Joel Embiid with the finishing side. So he's racking up easy baskets right now. Sixers lead by 18, 77 to 59. 32 points in the paint for the Sixers. Malik Monk misses a layup. And B gets a rebound. JJ Redick off of an assist from Ben Simmons. And right now the Sixers are just running away with this game 80 to 59. Willie Hernangomez knocks down a three. He's a former Knick last year, player with great potential, just unable to really utilize his skills on a team like the Knicks at that time. JJ comes back and tries to knock down a response three. He can't knock it down. Miles Bridges takes a three over Embiid, and they have another three. So right now, the game is opening up in terms of on the outside. The Hornets are trying to respond, get a quick run going, 6-0 run in the last 30 seconds. And B slams at the rim. Great finish and a foul. I mean, when you have JJ Redick setting the screen for your center, I mean, what are you gonna do? Embiid's ability to just utilize his handle. He's a high turnover player, but that's just more so him trying to create plays. But he has the ability to go off the dribble. He takes the ball, takes the screen off of JJ Redick, and he's already at the rim. It's but so much Hernangomez can do at this point. Bacon knocks down a three, so three straight threes for Charlotte, keeping them in this game right now, 15-point game. And B looking for Simmons on the inside seal. Great steal of Miles Bridges in the paint. Another bucket in the paint for the Sixers, just continuously imposing their will. They have doubled Charlotte's points in the paint total, 36 to 18. Simmons almost went for that steal there in the passing lanes. Great discipline getting back though. 5 on the shot clock. Malik Monk attack off the dribble. Great deflection by Covington. Tony Parker for three back rims and rebounds. Miles Bridges on the offensive putback. Can't finish it, but Hernangomez is there. So that's one of those defensive reloads you got to prepare for. It's unfortunate when you give up an offensive rebound because you put in so much effort getting it stopped, but it kills your energy in terms of giving up offensive putbacks. To the Sixers' credit, they haven't given up a lot tonight, so shouldn't hurt them too bad. Charlotte's coming back, misses a three off the back rim. Right now, Charlotte trying to cut into this deficit. Malik Monk for three. Front rim is rebounded by Charlotte. Covington, one of those questionable threes he tends to take. Almost a 25-footer. Misses his back rim. Hernangomez spins off of Shammy. Can't finish, but he picks up a foul. That was a bailout call of Covington because they could have called the foul on Covington. Instead, they called it on Shannon. So Covington is saved. He stays on three fouls. Shannon picks up his first. Sixers lead by 14, 85 to 71 with 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Both free throws made. Sixers lead by 13. Just under 5 minutes remaining. You got Markel Fultz attacking. He has it potentially stolen, but it's blocked by Hernan Gomez. They're fighting for the basketball. And what a find from Fultz as they're scrambling on the floor for possession. Fultz able to corral it and get it to Ben right under the rim for a slam. So Ben able to continuously attack tonight, 7 of 10 from the floor, multiple dunks tonight, especially of the fast break variety. So he's been able to, keep a high efficiency. Yeah, it doesn't, and he's been able to make free throws tonight. So Ben has been able to perform. Just an update on the Wizards right now. Magic lead by 21, 81-60. Bradley Beal with 15 points. Dwight Howard with 12 and 8. Aaron Gomez misses that first free throw. For the Magic, Aaron Gordon has 18 points. Nikola Vujovic has 17 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists. Gomez misses both free throws. Ben Simmons with another rebound. It's always interesting to see Simmons and Fultz play together because both can't shoot. Right now, you're looking at what Ben is able to do in terms of his playmaking ability. Right now, the Hornets, whether it be because of scheme or just talent level, they haven't exploited Philadelphia's lack of shooting. And to Philadelphia's credit, they've been able to knock down key 3-pointers at the right time to just keep this lead fresh. So, but it's always interesting to see how the two play off of each other. Great find from Ben Simmons to Fultz. So on cue, Ben Simmons able to find Fultz off the back cut. Great off the ball movement from Fultz, player who usually has the ball in his hands when he's most effective. Malik Monk knocks in a three, so the three ball has kept Charlotte in the game. Right now, we approach 3 minutes remaining in the third. It's an 11-point game, 89-78. Charlotte tried to respond with the three, back rims it, rebounded by Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Monk tries to heat check a three there, misses it. Brent Brown calls a timeout. He doesn't like the flow of the game. I mean, honestly, Philadelphia has been getting baskets, but I just think, like I said, it's the three-point variety that's really kept Charlotte in this game right now. As of the third quarter, let's check out the three-point line so far in this quarter. Right now, Charlotte's outscoring Philadelphia 28-24. In terms of the three-point line, Charlotte's been able to cut that deficit. And in terms of three-pointers made, they're shooting 50% from three right now. 13 for 26. Meanwhile, Philadelphia is 10 of 27. So while Philadelphia is dominating with points in the paint, it's the three-point line that's been cutting the lead in half. And when you trade twos for threes, then obviously that difference is going to add up if you're Charlotte. So for Philadelphia, it's just about managing possessions, getting efficient shots. But sooner or later, you're going to have to knock down a three or two. Right now, the lineup that's on the floor, there's no J.J. Redick. You're playing with Ben Simmons and Markel Fultz. You can get quality shots, but the three-point line is going to be out of the question. So for Charlotte, right now, they're living off of streaky shots from Monk. As I mentioned, with Monk's confidence, especially coming off the bench this year with Charlotte, he's been able to be assertive in that second unit, and he's been showing why. So right now it's 89-78. Charlotte's outscoring Philadelphia about 4.5. Let's see how Philadelphia responds out of this timeout. Fultz out of the timeout, tries to slam on Kid Gilchrist, can't quite get it down, rims out. But if you look at Fultz this season, he's been routinely trying to get the crowd involved with fast break, tomahawk slams, trying to just really showcase his aggressive and assertiveness. So that's good to see. Can't quite finish it, but he's going to the free throw line. Tonight, 7 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. First free throw looked really, really ugly. That hitch kind of still there. But on the season, for folks, look at his free throw percentage. On the season, shooting 65%. So he misses both free throws there. Covington comes flying in for the offensive rebound. They call a foul against Covington, so he picks up his fourth foul. 2:55 remaining as he tries to tell Brent Brown that he's good. 2:55 remaining. You might want to protect him considering his defensive prowess against the likes of Kemba, but we'll see how he's able to protect himself from a discipline perspective. Dwayne Bacon comes off the screen and able to flash in for a jumper. It's a 9-point game, 12-4 run for the Hornets. JJ Redick coming off a Joel Embiid 3 screen, able to knock in the basket. So it's 91-80. 13 points for JJ Redick. Redick gets into Embiid. He's been active tonight, but not prolific. Prolific as usual. They will pick up a foul there from Hernangomez. So the Hornets picking up fouls late in the quarter. Not quite in the bonus, but Philadelphia making a substitution as Covington coming out of the game. They have to save him, and there's 2 fouls towards the end of the game, especially in the fourth quarter. Spin move by Fultz. He can't quite handle it all the way. Kicks out to Chandler for 3. He knocks it down at the top of the key. Chandler knocks in the second 3. So it's a 14-point game. Able to stave off a quick run from Charlotte, 94-80. Sixers lead. Joel Embiid blocks Malik Monk at the rim. Be able to let the crowd know he's still always going to be a defensive player of the year candidate. And I feel like in terms of his impact defensively, there's but so much you can do against Joel. He's such an anchor on the weak side, helping any slippage that the Sixers may have on the perimeter. And individually defensively, he might get caught and get dunked on every now and then, but that's just because of his attack and making blocks. If you block a lot of shots, there's a chance you're going to get dunked on. Joel Embiid tried to spin off of Hernangomez, picks up another foul. The Sixers tonight have 11 blocks to their name, and Embiid's going to the free throw line with some more opportunities. He's one of the leading free throw. He's one of the players that lead the league in free throw attempts consistently. So he's mastering that freedom of movement emphasis that the NBA has made this season. Sixers up 15 with 1:12 left. The Magic are up 15 with 43 seconds left in the third. And like I said, even though Joel hasn't been the most prolific already with 21 points, 8 of 12 from the floor, so even when it doesn't seem like he's dominating to his normal stature, he's still on pace for another 30-point game. Philadelphia responds with their own run, 7-0 run in the last 120. Embiid with another block. But Kid Gilchrist off of the putback is fouled. Great block by Embiid and Fultz. But Bolden trying to stop the putback by Kid Gilchrist picks up a foul. But tonight already Embiid with 4 blocks. We're not even in the fourth quarter. Kid Gilchrist, despite his funky form in terms of shooting, he was knocking that first free throw, 71% free throw shooter for Kid Gilchrist. 59.6 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 14-point game, Markelle Fultz with the basketball. Tonight, the Sixers shooting 13 of 19, while the Hornets are shooting 15 of 22. Bolden shoots a three, misses it horribly. Questionable shot there. We have another foul as Kemba tried to probe that paint area instead, pulls back, but we have a foul on Fultz. Kid Gilchrist goes to the line. 34.2 seconds left. Sixers up 14. Both free throws made by Kid Gilchrist. 12-point game. Sixers lead 96 to 84. Ten-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Offensive foul called on Bolden. So wasted possession for Philadelphia. 96-84. Despite Philadelphia playing well, getting efficient shots, and just really dominating this game, Charlotte's still in the game because of Philadelphia's turnovers. If you look at the game right now, uh, Philadelphia already has 10 turnovers, which is down compared to their usual rate, but still, that's what's keeping Charlotte in the game. But they won on a reverse layup. It's called for the foul. They're trying to figure out whether it will be Embiid or Fultz. If it's Fultz, that is his fifth. And he did not get hit by Embiid whatsoever. But when you're able to sell the body contact, you know what they say. Shout out to Rasheed Wallace. The ball does not lie. Ball don't lie. They get that foul to Fultz, so Fultz picks up his fifth foul. (96-85) Sixers lead. 3 seconds remaining in the third. Fultz football pass stolen. Monk for three. He misses at the buzzer, but that could have been disastrous for the Sixers. Sixers still going to the half, going to the third, up 11. So they were outscored by 4 in the third, but Philadelphia still leads. Joel Embiid off to another spectacular game. 21 points, 14 rebounds, 4 blocks. Can Philadelphia close out for another home victory? They already have 6. They're undefeated at home. They just picked up their first road win, so they're building some momentum. They picked up their first road win against Indiana on Wednesday. So can Philadelphia continue to build on what they've been able to do consistently at home? Just to give you an update on the scores. Into the fourth quarter, Orlando leads 91 to 76. Detroit is still demolishing Atlanta on the road 74 to 53. Indiana is trailing against Miami 43 to 32. That's without Dwayne Wade and Goran Dragic, by the way. At 9 o'clock, which is about to start soon, you have Denver and Brooklyn on the way. You have Boston versus Utah. The return of Gordon Hayward should be a big time spotlight for ESPN tonight. But Kyrie Irving's not playing due to personal reasons. Then at 10 o'clock, you have Minnesota and Sacramento. That should be an intriguing game considering how tough Sacramento has been game in and game out. So far, they're 6-5. They've come down to earth to some degree in the last 2 games, but They play consistently. Their pace is high and tough. And despite having such young talent and experience, they've been able to compete with the likes of Oklahoma City, Toronto, and more. So they're going against a team in Minnesota who has their own internal strife going on, whether Jimmy Butler's going to stay or he's going to go. In terms of how Carlton Towns is playing, you have Derrick Rose at the underbelly of all of that, playing exceptionally well in a renaissance portion of his career. Year 11, he's putting up some of the best numbers we've seen since his MVP season in 2011. So, Minnesota has a lot going on. They're trying to right their ship. That should be a good game. Sixers start the fourth quarter with possession. JJ Redick trying to get it to Embiid to start the quarter. Embiid guarded by Zeller. Pull up three and he knocks it in. Embiid in terms of field goal percentages, he has the highest field goal percentage of any player in terms of scores from the elbow. So that's his area of expertise to come into this season, shooting 9 of 13 so far. He's just been able to really just, continue his high scoring pace right now. 23 points, 9 of 13 from the floor. Six is up 13. Kemba Walker knocks in the first free throw. Big time baskets from Kemba. Let's see if those free throws can get him in the flow. He's been struggling from the outside all game. He's been dealing with some back issues as well. He had to leave for some time in the first quarter due to those back issues. So let's see how those free throws can open him up offensively. Step back jumper from Embiid, front rim to rebounded by Charlotte. Kimbo for three. Back rims that one. Rebounded by uh, Kid Gilchrist, and he finds Jeremy Lamb cutting down the lane for a slam. So already we're back to a 9-point game with under 11 minutes to play. Nine offensive rebounds for Charlotte, so they've cut that deficit. Second chance point. Six is still up 8 in that category, but Charlotte is starting to come back. And already Philadelphia is starting to pick up fouls. Charlotte picks up that foul. Um, Markel Fultz has 5 fouls. Robert Covington has 4 fouls. So Philadelphia has to be careful in terms of how they're defending, and they don't want to let Charlotte get back into this game. Charlotte on the season as a team is shooting 80%, so they're not a bad shooting team. Zeller thought about a backdoor pass to Lamb and thought better of it, fakes, attacks the rim, and is fouled. So it prevents a shot clock violation, and he'll be going to the free throw line. Cody Zeller is making an impact on this game. So you have to review whether this is a shot clock violation. And it will be close. It looks like a shot clock violation, but it looked like it was fouled also. Yeah, that's the foul. So there was a foul by Schmidt, but it came after a shot clock violation. So Schmidt was bailed out there. Um, that could have been disastrous for Philadelphia in terms of just the run that Charlotte is making right now. Philly was up by as many as 21, but their turnovers have come back to haunt them. They have 21 turnovers, and they're just struggling to maintain discipline in terms of fouls. As I say that on cue, Joel Embiid picks up another foul. Cody Zeller fouled, and now the referees are going to review whether this is flagrant. Flops are disgusting, man. I'm telling you. So back to the review to the review table we go. I mean, the NBA talks about delayed games all the time, and I understand, they want to, keep the game flowing, but this is what delays the game. What did you see with your eyes? Did Joel flagrantly, move him out of the way, or was it just jockeying for position and he flopped? Either way, it's gonna be a foul. But flagrant, come on, what did you see with your eyes? Don't be surprised if they call it flagrant. Don't be surprised. Do not be surprised. Okay, common foul on Joel. I'm surprised they didn't call it flagrant. The NBA is a bit soft when it comes to these things. But Cody Zeller, despite not being rewarded with a flagrant foul, has impacted this game. So far on the game, Zeller has, I'll tell you right now, Cody Zeller has 7 points. He has 3 rebounds, 3 of 6 from the floor. But he's been able to generate a lot of offensive opportunities off of offensive rebounds and or tip outs, and he's been able to generate fouls. So Sixers lead by 9. Charlotte has the basketball. They have to be careful. Kemba Walker, despite struggling from the field, is one of the most clutch guards in the league today. So Philadelphia has to be careful. And right now, on the switch, Kemba versus Embiid. And a foul on Embiid. Embiid picked up his third personal foul. 2 quick fouls in the last 30 seconds. Look at the highest scorers per game this season. Steph Curry leads the NBA with 29.5, Kemba with 28.1, and Joel Embiid is right behind with 27.7. Kemba for 3, back rims it, rebounded by Embiid, in traffic, picks up a foul. So right now, the flow that we saw in the first 3 quarters has slowed down due to the fouls. Um, Philadelphia is surviving right now. Kemba Walker in the Hornets have had multiple opportunities to cut into this lead, but they haven't found a way to knock down the big shot just yet to scare the Sixers. And Chavez responds with the jump at the free throw line, so it's an 11-point game back to double digits. Chavez on the next 16.6 of 11 from the floor. Gary Lynn with the crossover baseline picks up another foul. So even though Philadelphia is an 11-point has an 11-point lead, they have not found a way to get out of picking up fouls. More stoppage. Substitution for Embiid comes out of the game. 23 and 15 for Embiid, 4 blocks as he sits down. Amir Johnson comes into the game. I'm really cautious when I look at the Sixers when Amir comes into the game. He's a great veteran presence, but offensively, he is an Achilles heel. He's not effective, but he's a willing hustler. He just picked up a foul on that dribble handoff by Kemba Walker, so that's a plus. But just when I look at his game and how he comes in. Oh, excuse me, they call it moving screen. So like I was saying, in terms of just offensively, May Johnson when he comes in is cause for concern. And right when I say that, Kemba Walker knocks in a three. It's a 6 point game, 8:45 remaining. Sixers lead 100-94. As much as the Sixers have dominated and have led this game and have taken control of this game time and time again, they have not put Charlotte away enough. 8:45 remaining, 6 point game. Joel Embiid on the bench. Ben Simmons is back. How will they execute coming out of the timeout? That remains to be seen. This is Ask Isaiah. Welcome back. Sixers out of the timeout. Lead 100-94. Charlotte has been able to come back due to the foul trouble by the Sixers and some turnovers. Kemba Walker just hit a huge three-pointer to really scare Brent Brown just a bit. Let's see how Philadelphia responds, especially with Joel Embiid on the bench. Saric takes an assist from Ben, unable to finish at the rim. Charlotte with the basketball, 8:30 remaining. Cody Zeller at the rim finishes over Amir Johnson, so we have a 4 point game despite the Sixers leading by as many as 21. 7-0 run in the last 45 seconds by Charlotte. JJ Redick off the screen. Gets it to Shemin. Shemin with 3 on the clock. Pulls up for 3. Rims out. Sharvich coming in for an offensive rebound is fouled by Jeremy Lamb trying to get the putback. So those are the things that can try to salvage this recent run by Charlotte. Sixers trying to maintain the lead, especially with Joel Embiid, the leading scorer on the bench. They got to find ways to score. Charlotte tonight, 16 points, 6 of 12 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3. First free throw is good for Charlotte. Both free throws good. 6 point game for the Sixers, 102-96. On the night, Sixers shooting 15 of 21 from the free throw line. And Walker responds with the jumper. So, like I told you about Kemba, despite his struggles from the field, he's a gamer. When the game is in the guts of time, he's always gonna come back with key jumpers to try to save a game. 4 point game, 7:37 remaining. But Charlotte's starting to pick up fouls. They show the replay of Kemba off the screen, Cody Zeller's screen, gets space. All he needs is a sliver of space. He's knocking it down. Kemba 4 of 19, but 2 of his baskets have come in the fourth. Shemet thought about a 3, gets it to Ben in the post, tries to find Covington, instead finds Amir Johnson on the bailout. Amir able to knock it in, but that was intended for Covington on the cut. Kemba for 3, he's fouled on the 3. He'll be going to the line for 3 free throws. So here we go. Kemba shooting horrible tonight. Back and forth they go. Let's see. So they say the foul's on Covington. So the foul wasn't necessarily on the shot. It was more so with the contact on Cody Zeller going into the screen, and that which led to Kimba's three being deterred. They say so. That's Covington's fifth personal foul. And the Wizards have come back. 3:11 remaining, 106 to 101. The Magic being the Magic are gonna make it interesting. 24 points for Bradley Beal, 17 points for John Wall, 12 assists, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks, 2 steals, and 1 block. Kemba makes the first free throw. Second free throw is good. All all three free throws are made. It's a 3-point game, 104 to 101. Kemba has 10 points in the quarter, 18, 18 points for Ben, 18 points for Kemba, 10 points already in the quarter. Offensive foul on Ben Simmons. 16-6 run for Charlotte. Kemba Walker pull-up jumper is good. So we have a 1-point game. Kemba's in that zone. Can Philadelphia get the requisite scoring? And we have a foul inside. Dwayne Bacon couldn't guard Ben Simmons, but the Sixers have to be careful. Kemba's in that zone. It doesn't matter how bad he's shooting. He's going to keep shooting. He's going to be consistent. 6:43 remaining. Can Philadelphia hold on? Out of bounds play. Charlotte trying to find Covington on a lob is deflected. Dwayne Bacon pulls up a three, and Charlotte has the lead, 105 to 104. 6:30 remaining. This is why Philadelphia can't be an elite team in the East. They can't hold lead. They can't finish. Simmons tries to finish, can't finish at the rim, doesn't get the putback from Amir Johnson. Charlotte has the lead with the basketball. Malik Monk driving to the rim, deflected off of his knee from Covington. Great defensive stop there. But look at how this run was started. Now Joel Embiid has to come back into the game when really he's supposed to be resting for the stretch run. I'm guessing he's not coming back at the game. But that being said, why does Charlotte have the lead right now? You have a sweep through by Embiid. He'll be going to the line. Great attack from Embiid, knowing the situation, knowing Charlotte's in the penalty. He's able to draw contact and go to the line to try to give Philadelphia this lead. That's what the scorer does. Embiid is the only real scorer that Philadelphia has. And as much as I blow it, as much as I give Embiid the credit of being a great scorer, what does he do? He misses the first free throw, and Charlotte still has the lead. This is the execution part of the game that Philadelphia has to improve on, especially when they're going against the Boston's and Toronto. Those teams, even Milwaukee, those teams are going to exploit you for your flaws in terms of shooting and just trying to score consistently. You have to keep it up. And what does Kemba Walker do? He's being dynamic, attacking the Sixers. And what do the Sixers struggle against? Dynamic scorers. Embiid attacking, trying to get his own baskets back. He's going to the free throw line. Kemba Walker tonight, 22 points. 14 of those points have come in the fourth quarter. We still have 5:39 remaining. Joel makes the first free throw. Tied up 107-107. 5:34 remaining. Game is tied. Malik Monk pull up jump over Embiid doesn't finish. Fighting for a rebound. They are calling a foul on Ben Simmons. Excuse me, a foul. Yeah, foul on Ben Simmons. Full personal foul. I mean, the way Zeller picked up that foul, very similar to what Steven Adams does in terms of attacking. That was a flop there, and I'm sure the ball doesn't lie. That's why Cody Zeller missed that first free throw. The ball does not lie. Why did they allow that flop? They allowed a flop call against Joel Embiid earlier, where he picked up a common foul, but they reviewed it for a flagrant. Don't Come on, don't fall for the flops, man. All right, so free throw made by Cody Zeller. 5:22 remaining. Charlotte leads 108-107. The Sixers led by as many as 21 in the second half. Can they close out this game? Ben Simmons inside. Takes contact, is blocked at the rim. Malik Monk attacking, slashing, deflected off his knee again. Great defensive stop by Covington. An all NBA defender. Covington making up for some bad shot selection early. He's making up for some foul trouble. He's still in the game, still making plays. These are the things that will assert his value to me. Despite his bad shooting, defense is where he's going to earn his keep. JJ for three, he misses bad. Fighting for a rebound, we have a foul on. That's going to go against. That's going to go against Miles Bridges, the rookie, out of Michigan State. Very athletic. He will dunk on someone's head if you give him any sort of hope. Been 2 of 2 at the line so far, and he knocks in the first, so the game is tied. 108-108. Charlotte decides to ice Ben Simmons and calls the timeout. Game is tied. 108-108. 4:54 remaining. As the game gets better, so does my energy. I mean, based on how Philadelphia's played, not only this year but last year, as much games as they won last year, they won 52 games. They struggled in terms of closing out games. I mean, when I tell you how many turnovers they got, and it's based on not having a dynamic perimeter scorer. Because what Philadelphia does, they have to overpass at times, overpass to try to find the right shot. But in those situations, you have to be able to go to a go-to guy that can get you an efficient shot. That guy for them is Joel Embiid. But as much as Joel is a scorer, as much as he generates contact, as much as he goes to the line, that's not always the most effective because he's highly turnover prone, and just in terms of the way his body is built, you never want to give it to a big over and over again because they become easy to defend, especially when you don't have perimeter scoring. They know as soon as he gets it, he's not going to kick out. He's going to go score. So he becomes one dimensional. Uh, that's what I'm really trying to get to. He's more so one dimensional in certain aspects of the game, at certain times of the game, I should say. So for Philadelphia, they have to find ways to execute on the stretch and finish games. Turnovers have been their Achilles heel forever. Shooting outside of JJ Redick has been an Achilles heel forever, and it's still coming up game after game. In this situation, you're up 21 at home. You have a 6-game winning streak. You have started undefeated to start the season at home. You want to keep that streak alive, especially against a team that despite competing well, is not gonna go. It's not gonna go very far. You want to knock out as many of these wins as possible. The Magic close out that win 117-108. Washington was able to make it close, but they weren't able to finish. Game is tied at 108. Kemba Walker tonight, 22 points, 14 in the quarter. Ben misses the free throw, and we have a foul. Chavez picks up the foul, so it's 108, 108. Kemba Walker has 14 points in the quarter, 4:54 remaining. Charlotte with the basketball. Personal foul goes against Dario Saric. Come on, are you serious? What foul? What are you talking about? Talking about a sweep through. Basic foul. That wasn't even a foul. Come on, man. Cody Zeller makes the first free throw. Second free throw is good. Charlotte's up 2. 4:54 remaining. Embiid can't get the jumper. Took a jumper similar to what Dirk does, one-legged fadeaway. It was effective, but it didn't go in. Kid Gilchrist thought about a three, instead gets it to Dwayne Bacon. 8 on the shot clock. Kemba Walker with the basketball, takes a screen from Zeller. For 3, back rims it, rebounded by Ben Simmons. Here goes the drop. Sixers, as great as they are, as great as they continue to be in terms of the first 3 quarters, when games get tight, can they find baskets? Covington for 3, wide open, rims out. Sixers continue that field goal drop. Down 2, Charlotte with the basketball. Fourth quarter scoring. Charlotte is 7 of 13. Philadelphia is 3 of 14. That was Malik Monk for 3, a wide open 3. Great driving kick from Kemba. And Brent Brown calls a timeout. So with 3:29 remaining, Philadelphia trails by 2 with the basketball. This is Ask Isaiah's live commentary of the Philadelphia 76ers and Charlotte Hornets in Philadelphia. This is November 9th, 2018. We will be right back. Welcome back to Ask Isaiah live commentary. Philadelphia 76ers versus Charlotte Hornets. Sixers trail by 2 with the basketball. Ben Simmons in the post, being guarded by Dwayne Bacon, tries to kick out to JJ. Deflected, but Sixers keep possession. 5 on the clock. Joel Embiid crossover dribble, and they call a travel. Another turnover for the Sixers. Out of the timeout. That's what you get? Turnover? I mean, what is going on? This is what I'm saying in terms of a dynamic perimeter player. Joel Embiid being placed in positions where he shouldn't be. As great of a scorer as he is, you need a dynamic perimeter guy to take over at this time. Kemba tried to get a handoff to Cody Zeller, deflected out of bounds by Joel Embiid. Cody Zeller at the rim finishes off of the cut. 4-point game. Charlotte leads 112-108. 27 to 10, 1 in the last 8:40. Ben Simmons. Michael Gilchrist picks up his 4th personal foul. Joel Embiid goes to the line. Embiid makes the first free throw. So he wanted to We went into the third with 21 points. So far, he scored 6 in the quarter. Sixers are in a huge field goal drought right now. They need these points. B makes both free throws. It's a 2-point game. 112, 110, 2:44 remaining. And B tonight, 28 points, 10 or 12 from the free throw line. No fouls to give on either side. So whatever fouls picked up, the team will be going to the free throw line. Kid Gilchrist misses a jumper. Sixers unable to get the rebound. Charlotte reloads 8 on the shot clock. Step back jumper. Kemba finds Kid Gilchrist with a find under the basket. No panicking Kemba there. Had the shot clock running down. Could have shot a bad shot. Instead finds a man cutting for the basket. So Sixers with a horrible field goal drought right now. Last 5 minutes and 23 seconds. Joel Embiid with Cody Zeller on him. Takes contact. And he draws a foul. Still couldn't get a bucket, but he'll be going to the line to see if he can finish. 151 remaining, 114, 110 Sixers trail. Embiid tonight, 28 points, 16 rebounds, 4 blocks. At the line, he makes the first free throw. 3-point game, 114, 111. Can the Sixers get stops? Will Charlotte close out a tremendous comeback, especially in the second half, trailing by as many as 21? Embiid makes both free throws, so it's 114, 112. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining, no fouls to give, 144 remaining. Kemba Walker, right wing, trying to find a teammate. Malik Monk takes a screen from Zeller, deflected once again from Covington. Kemba, step back 3, thought about it, kicks out to Bacon. He can't knock in a 3, but he gets his own rebound. Kemba with the basketball. Oh, great crossover on Covington. Pull up 3 and it's good. Big 3 from Kemba, and he's flexing. That's what you got to do in a clutch. That's what you got to do in a clutch. Despite a horrible shooting first 3 quarters, he has 17 in the quarter, 25.17 in the quarter, as I just said. Timeout by Brent Brown. You got to get those offensive rebounds. You got to miss from Bacon. He got his own miss. Pulls up for 3. He gets his own miss. Gets it to Kemba, the closer. Kemba is dominating. Cardiac Kemba. That's what they gave it. They gave him that name at UConn, and he's living up to it. Despite shooting 4 for 19 the first 3 quarters, coming up huge here in the fourth. 25.17 rebounds, Sixers trail. We'll be right back. Embiid out of the timeout, able to attack the rim, gets fouled. So he'll be able to try to get this back to a 1-possession game, attacking Kid Gilchrist and Zeller. Every time Embiid hits the floor, you think the worst. You just want to see him get up and walk it off. But he's been a warrior. First free throw is good, so it's a 4-point game. If this free throw is made, it goes back to a 1-possession game. It's still 1 minute and 9 seconds remaining. And I think, the NBA changing that offensive rebound rule with instead of going back to 24, it goes back to 14. That saved the Sixers as well in certain time. With that said, the Sixers are in a horrible field goal drought right now in the last 6 minutes and 17 seconds. They're trying to get it out of Kemba Walker's hands. Malik Monk with the basketball, 8 seconds left on the shot clock, 53 seconds remaining in the game. Monk crossover dribble on Covington. And we have a 24-second violation. That's what happens when you get the ball out of Kemba Walker's hands. You have 45 seconds remaining, 45.5 seconds remaining. Great defense by the Sixers as they collapse on Malik Monk. He tried to get it to Cody Zeller. It didn't work out. Sixers with the basketball. Sixers with 1 second remaining, 1 timeout remaining, They go to Ben Simmons in the post. Ben to Embiid. Embiid thought about a 3. He takes the 3. He makes the 3. Joel Embiid, huge 3. Sixers are tied 117, 117, 33.6 seconds remaining. That's what you do as a closer. I always say Sixers need a perimeter scorer. Everything is placed on Joel Embiid. The shot he just took, the pump fake he just took over Kemba Walker, the play actually came out of the post from Ben Simmons. That is, I mean, you can't even comprehend that sometimes when you think about all the pressure on Joel Embiid. Yet he still made it. He took it with confidence. The game is tied 117, 117, 33.6 seconds remaining. Charlotte with the basketball. We'll be right back. This is Ask Isaiah live commentary. 76ers, Charlotte Hornets. Game is tied. Welcome back to Ask Isaiah live commentary. 76ers just tied a game as Joel Embiid breaks one of the worst field goal drops the Sixers have experienced this season. A 6-minute and 30-second field goal drop. Joel Embiid tonight, 35 points, 16 rebounds, 4 blocks. He scored 12 of the Sixers last 13 points. That's what you do when you want to take over a game as a closer. Charlotte with the basketball, 33.6 seconds left. Kemba Walker already with 17 points in the fourth quarter. He's hot. Crossover dribble on JJ. Drives against Embiid and finishes. No foul. Timeout called by the Sixers. Charlotte 119, 117. Timeout by Brent Brown. 25.7 seconds left. We'll be right back. Coming out of the timeout, Joel Embiid gets the basketball. He's going to the free throw line to tie this game 119, 117. And I think this foul is before the inbound. So the foul occurred while the ball was being inbound, so they're still gonna allow Charlotte to get the possession. But if the foul occurred before the inbound, Philadelphia would have got free throws in the possession. So that's a bailout there. I mean, it was the right call, but still, 25.9 seconds remaining. Joel Embiid at the free throw line. Sixers have no timeouts remaining. So whatever happens, there's a lot at stake. The Sixers are trying to extend their season-long home winning streak to start the season. They're 6-0 right now. They haven't lost at home. Joel Embiid's been performing valiantly despite the horrible field goal drought in the fourth quarter. First free throw is good. Sixers down 119, 118. 25.9 seconds remaining. Will the Sixers go to OT or will they have to salvage a victory in other ways? 36 points for Joel Embiid, 10 of 16, 16 rebounds, 4 blocks. Embiid, second free throw is good. Game is tied. 25.9 seconds remaining. Charlotte calls timeout. How will they respond? So far in this fourth quarter, it's been all Kemba Walker. 27 points, 19 points in the fourth quarter. To start the game, he shot 4 of 19. Yet, he's been able to come up big with big baskets and big plays in terms of just setting up others. Cody Zeller's been able to draw a lot of fouls on Joel Embiid and Robert Covington. So with that said, there's going to be a big issue in terms of how they defend Kemba. Kemba's been attacking them knowing that Philadelphia's been in a penalty. On the other end, Joel has been attacking and getting Charlotte in foul trouble. I am not satisfied with how Philadelphia has put Joel in this position to have to finish this game without having any complimentary players on the perimeter trying to help him out. Yet, he's still carrying the weight. For Charlotte, everything they do hinges on how great Kemba is. And Kemba is an exceptional all-star caliber player. Not just an all-star caliber player, but he is an all-star. Much respect to Kemba. So how will Philadelphia finish this? This is Ask Isaiah live commentary, Philadelphia 76ers versus the Charlotte Hornets. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Ask Isaiah live commentary. How will Philadelphia finish this game? How will they finish this game? Two-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Game is tied at 119. Kemba Walker has the basketball. This is for the win right here. Top of the key, guarded by Covington. Best player versus best defender. What's going to happen? Kemba walking him down. Kemba. Floater. Air ball put back. 24-second violation. So 76ers with the basketball. They got to put time back on that clock. No timeouts for Philly. So they still have to find a way to get. All right, so it's 1.9. It is 1.9. Sixers with the basketball. How will they get a shot off with no timeouts? Like you can't. Okay, so it's not quite full court, but it's almost full court. JJ. Oh, JJ, it was online. It was a good shot considering where they were on the floor and the situation. But we're going to OT. Charlotte comes back from trailing down 21. The game is tied. Joel Embiid put that game on his back, especially late fourth quarter. 119. We're going to overtime. We'll be right back. This is Ask Isaiah live commentary. The Philadelphia 76ers and the Charlotte Hornets are going to war. We'll be back with more. First of all, JJ Redick is a master shooter. If you looked at the replay in terms of how close that shot was online, it was on. I mean, it was so online. It just didn't have enough arc to get over the rim, but it literally hit the bottom of the net on target. I mean, when you look at how close these shooters miss night after night, it's amazing, man. Yet Joel Embiid and Kemba Walker went to war in that fourth quarter. That's what this game is built on. You know, it's always the game within the game. You love great team basketball. You love it you love seeing the Warriors play. You love seeing the Spurs play. But when you see two great Titans going at it to carry a win, that is what builds the fandom. I mean, when you grow up watching Allen Iverson and Kobe Bryant go at it, Kobe and T-Mac, LeBron and Kobe, Kevin Durant, LeBron, D Wade, Kobe, Russell Westbrook, James Harden. Those are the things that make fans fall in love with the game. And already the Sixers come out with the bucket 121, 119. They didn't show who scored, but I'm guessing it was JJ Redick. Kemba Walker gets it to Malik Monk. Pull up jumper. It's good. So back and forth we go. Still no breathing room. These games like this, you want to keep it two possession because anything less than three can change really quickly these days. Embiid with the strong slam. He continues his great play coming into that fourth quarter. He has to be the one that finishes it for the Sixers. Embiid right now, 39 points, 16 rebounds, 4 blocks. Kemba Walker with the crossover dribble, thought about a three, gets it back. 9 on the clock, guarded by Ben Simmons. Kemba up and under over Ben. So, I mean, this is great basketball right now. Embiid gives Ben a screen. Ben, attack, finish. Where's the contact? Where's the foul? Ref, what's going on? 125, 123, 3:40 remaining. Malik Monk attacking Joel Embiid. Kemba for three. Rebounded by Ben Simmons. Outlet pass to Covington, and he's fouled by Dwayne Bacon. That pass was really risky, man. Really, really risky. That the fact that Covington had to go up for it like a wide receiver, really dangerous. Oh man. You gotta lead him a little better because if he leads him, then Covington can get ahead. But Charlotte picks up the foul. If you're a Philly fan, this is in your favor. You have a 2-point lead, 3:20 remaining. You're looking for any way to get Joel Embiid the basketball. He has 39 points, 16 rebounds, dominating. Embiid, turnaround jumper. Embiid can't finish. Covington gets the rebound. Those are the ways you're gonna get the fans to love you, Covington. Despite some of the worst shots you take from three, you hustle and you play defense. Some of the defensive plays he's made in this fourth quarter in OT, you can't say enough about his defensive presence on this team. That rebound, saving this lead, 3:08 remaining, trying to salvage this win. That is what's going to endear you to Philadelphia fans. I know because I am a Sixers fan through and through. So I'm telling you right now, keep that up. 125, 123, 3 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in OT. Covington with the basketball. Looking for Sharpers on the cut. And Sharpers, I don't even know how to explain that. He tried to go in off a cut, tried to do a fake Euro, couldn't even get the shot up at the rim. He loses the ball. Kemba Walker takes the ball, slaps it off his back so that it will be Charlotte's possession. I mean, it's just Sharpers, come on, bro. What are you doing? What are you doing? 125, 123, under 3 minutes remaining. Kemba Walker with the basketball, guarded by Embiid, so you know he's going to exploit this switch. Kemba, contact on Embiid, foul by Embiid. Kemba's going to the free throw line. Embiid picks up his 4th personal foul, so he's not fouled out. He still has another foul to give. Great management by Brent Brown in terms of protecting Embiid. A little sell there by Kemba, but Kemba's a scorer. This is what happens. You got to deal with it. First free throw is good. Kemba, 85% from the free throw line. There's but so much you're going to do. I mean, Kemba, 22 points after the 3rd quarter. I mean, that's what you do when you're closing. Kemba Walker, much respect. And he misses the free throw. Sixers get the rebound. Ben Simmons with a huge rebound. Sixers up 125, 124. Ben gets it to Embiid. 40. Whoa, what a save by Embiid. Sharpers. JJ, step back 3. JJ! 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 They say it's a 2 right now, but they got to review that, man. They got to review that. That got to be a 3. Kemba, guarded by Covington. Great defense by Covington. Crossover dribble, Kemba. Gets it to Kid Gilchrist. Can't finish. Rebounded by Embiid. Sixers with a 3-point lead in OT. 1 minute, 50 seconds remaining. This is how you close out games. Embiid, JJ. Sharpers for 3. Ah! Kemba with the rebound. Oh, great outlet. You up 3. What do? You foul Malik Monk finishing a layup. Now he's going to the. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Sharridge! Let him have it. You up 3. Come on. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Come on. Basketball IQ. Game is tied. 127, 127. 133 remaining. 2 timeouts for both squads. Let's go. Personally, man, you gotta review that. You gotta review that shot by JJ, man. Embiid tonight trying to break this tie. 127, 127. Embiid, first free throw is good. That's a 40 clip for Embiid tonight. Putting in that paint, doing whatever's necessary to finish. The one thing about Embiid that he's always pressed Brent Brown and his coaching staff about is minutes restriction. Now, he went through a relatively full season last year, played 63 games, including the playoff. Plus, that's how many games did he play in the playoffs? He missed the first 2. We went 6 games with Miami, so that's 6 games, 4 plus 5 against. So that he played 72 total games, playoffs and regular season combined. He's off of minutes restriction, and you see how much he wants it as a gamer. No matter how fatigued he is, he's always finding ways to put the ball in the basket. I will continuously say that I don't believe that the Sixers are doing him justice in terms of having a perimeter scorer to protect a player like him. With that said, the Sixers have found a way to get this lead back. They have to play solid. Excuse me. They have to play solid defense. They have to play solid defense. This is Ask Isaiah live commentary. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Ask Isaiah live commentary. 76ers lead the Hornets 128 to 127. Joel Embiid has 40 points right now. He's at the line trying to extend this lead to two. 125 remaining in OT. Sixers up two. Joel Embiid finishes both free throws. 41 points for Embiid. 18 of 20 from the free throw line. Malik Monk looking for Kemba. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Monk for three. Back rims it. Rebounded by Sharridge. He finds Ben Simmons. I'm not sure that's what they wanted out of that timeout. You always want to have Kemba Walker with the basketball trying to make a play. Flourish spread for Ben Simmons. 10 on the shot clock. Ben with the basketball. Will he make a play? Behind the dribble. Attack. At the rim. Finish. Sixers up 4. 44 seconds remaining. Crossover dribble. Kemba Walker. Blocked by Embiid. Put back in by Miles Bridges. Embiid with the basketball. Looking for a foul. They won't foul him. Timeout called by Brent Brown. They did not want to foul Joel Embiid. Sixers up to 131, 129. That was really strategic in terms of how Charlotte did that. On the inbound to Ben Simmons, in an attempt to foul Ben, they get it to Embiid, and Embiid dribbles as much as he could before he has to get it past half court. Charlotte did not foul, and the timeline in terms of trying to get it across half court was running down. The Sixers have 17 seconds left on the shot clock, so they have 1 second to get it past half court. Brent Brown had to call timeout. Sixers are up to 131, 129. Strong finish there by Ben Simmons. Something that I'm very surprised about in terms of how he attacked that particular possession. Usually you see him try to settle for a pass or try to get to somebody who's a shooter, but he took the onus on himself to finish that, and that is something that Embiid will need as they advance and grow together. Ben has to be more aggressive in terms of finishing at the rim and just being a more aggressive scorer. Joel Embiid tonight, as great as he's been, you always need a perimeter player to protect a great offensive player in terms of scoring consistently. Because there's going to be times where, as a perimeter player, you have to get the ball to the big, and as a big scorer, you tend to be one-dimensional in certain respects. So a perimeter scorer, while he'll always be in attack mode, can be a passer and a scorer. So Ben, in that situation, really proved to be assertive and great for the Philadelphia 76ers at that time. But we're going to break. It's 131, 129. Sixers lead with the basketball. Let's see how this finishes. This is the Ask Isaiah live commentary. We'll be right back. Sixers advance the ball to home court. Embiid is the first Sixer with at least 40 points and 18 rebounds since Charles Barkley in 1990. So that shows you the type of consistency and prolific ability that Joel Embiid has. He's only 24 years old, so he has a mountain of time ahead of him. But with that said, the Sixers have to close out this game to make this performance that much more important. Ben Simmons attacking, contact, no foul, and he will go to the line. Ben Simmons on the season shooting 62%. It's a 6-point improvement from last year where he shot 56%. I think a lot of that just had to do with the lack of attempts at the line. But in this situation, that was a good foul for the Hornets. You play the percentages. Yet, Ben Simmons comes up huge with that first free throw. So the Sixers are up 3, 20 and a half seconds remaining. So at worst, if you play everything right, you will not have to go to over. Well, you could go to OT, but if you don't foul, Ben misses the free throw. Timeout by Charlotte. So, one possession game, 132, 129. It rimmed out, but Ben got one. He got one. 132, 129. You still have to worry about Kemba Walker as always. He scored 22 points since the third quarter. He went into the fourth shooting 4 of 19. He had 8 points. Yet he has 30 points. That just goes to show you the level of player that Kemba is as a closer and as a gamer, just really putting it on his back. Yet Embiid stood up to that challenge, scored 16 points since the fourth quarter started. And when you have that level of duel between two great players, it can only bring the best out of both teams. So we are in a situation where the Sixers have to close out this game and continue their home winning streak to start the season. They are 6-0 at home. They just won their first road game of the season this Wednesday against Indiana. So we want to continue great momentum. Can they get a stop defensively? Over the last couple of possessions, Kemba's still been in attack. But what has happened also is the Sixers have forced the ball out of his hands and put it in Monk's hands. And while Monk is a willing participant and is not afraid of that moment in terms of taking certain shots, you have to wonder if he's scared of, not scared, but if he's going to be effective, because there's been multiple possessions where he's either turned over the basketball or taken a bad shot if it hasn't been in Kemba's hand. So 3-point percentage so far this game, 41% for the Hornets, 15 of 27, 20.2 seconds remaining. How will Philly respond? Malik Monk at the rim. Thought about it, kicks out to Kemba for three, blocked by Ben Simmons. Malik Monk trying to find somebody. Bridges for three, off the rim, rebounded by Embiid. And the Sixers are trying to salvage this win. They foul Embiid. 3-point game, 132, 129, 6 seconds remaining. Embiid is going to the free throw line. So the 76ers defended that perfectly. They defended the three. Malik Monk had an easy layup, kicked it out to Kemba in the corner, blocked by Ben Simmons. Miles Bridges got a kick out from Malik Monk. Off of the backboard, Joel Embiid with the rebound, and he dribbled out some clock, got fouled. He's going to the line to add to that 41-point performance. Embiid, first free throw, no good. JoJo misses the first free throw. Second free throw is good. So it's a 4-point game, 6 seconds remaining. All you got to do is not foul. Hernan Gomez makes the three, and Embiid is able to receive the inbound. Sixers survive 133 to 132. Exceptional performance from Joel Embiid tonight. 42 points, 20 rebounds. A valiant effort from Charlotte, trailing by as many as 21 points. Great performance down the stretch from Kemba Walker. The Sixers continue their home winning streak. Ben Simmons was able to come up with some huge baskets down the stretch. Unfortunately, it seems like Kemba Walker is laboring just a little bit. That's unfortunate. We got to see how that ended. Kemba, he slid on some sweat there. He might have hit a tailbone. He's walking off on his own, of course, so that's good. But just an unfortunate situation there. But Sixers still able to win 133 to 132. Joel Embiid tonight, 42 points, 20 rebounds. Ben Simmons tonight, 17 points. And not only did he provide the 17 points, it was how he got the 17 points. Huge baskets down the stretch, especially taking pressure off of Joel Embiid. I'm going to get you the official stats right now. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Charlotte tonight, 30 points from Kemba Walker. 30 points from Kemba Walker. Jeremy Lin with 17. Malik Monk put up 12 points and was in the game closing. He didn't quite make plays down the stretch that would have helped Charlotte, but he was in the game, provided some good minutes. Cody Zeller also provided good minutes as well, 14 points, 4 rebounds. It seems he had more, but he was really putting Philadelphia in foul trouble. And Willie Hernangomez provided 14 points. That was a surprise as well. He hit that last three to get the game as close as it was, 133 to 132. Philadelphia beats Charlotte. On Philadelphia's side, Joel Embiid, 42 points. They give him 18 rebounds. It seemed like he had 20. 42 points, 18 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks. Huge baskets down the stretch, free throws down the stretch, 11 of 18 from the floor, 19 of 22 from the free throw line. Great efficiency. Robert Covington tonight, 7 points, but he played exceptional defense in this game, especially with Kemba Walker early in the game. And despite foul trouble down the stretch, he came up with some huge steals to salvage possession to get Philadelphia back into this game, to get it back to Embiid, to get this game into OT. Ben Simmons tonight, 22 points, 13 assists, 8 rebounds, a huge layup down the stretch at OT to push this lead to 4, and which really protected Philadelphia down the stretch. J.J. Redick provided 17 points. Wilson Chandler hit 2 3-pointers, provided 8 points. Markel Fultz, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. So they did get some contributions. Dario Saric, 18 points early. Down the stretch, he didn't score as much. But just seeing the ball go in the basket for him is an encouraging sign, especially for Philadelphia, knowing how bad he's been struggling early. So the Sixers improved to 8-5. They improved to 7-0 at home. And they are building momentum necessary to get into that top tier with Boston and Toronto. That is the goal. That's what the goal should be. So the Sixers advance, well, not advance, but they improved. Charlotte, despite a valiant effort and much respect to Kemba Walker, especially in that fourth quarter, OT being a closer, trying to put that game back into the Hornets' hands, they fall short. With that said, Charlotte will be competitive night in and night out, no matter who they face, because of the caliber of player Kemba Walker is. The Sixers, for their next game, I will tell you who that will be against. That is, excuse me, you got the Sixers at 8-5. Their next game will be against the Grizzlies on tomorrow, which is a back-to-back. They'll be in Memphis, so they'll be get right on the plane and head to Memphis. They'll probably have a shoot around and then prepare for a tough back-to-back. Memphis is much improved this year. They're gonna have a healthy Michael Conley, which is gonna be a challenge for Philadelphia in terms of just being challenged with a dynamic playmaker. They have Marcus Gasol, which will be a load for Joel Embiid defensively. Joel will still be able to get his points, but just seeing how Memphis will be improved with Conley and Gasol in the fold together again, that will be a challenge for Philadelphia. So let's see how they do when they go on the road. Let's see can they take some principles and improvements from an Indiana win a couple of days ago and apply that to Saturday. This win tonight was a quality win just because of how it happened. You blow a lead, that's unfortunate, but you still find a way to win with great defensive prowess down the stretch, great resolve, and you stuck to your principles in terms of getting into a player who was hot at the moment. You didn't go outside of that and do things that you're not accustomed to. Every now and then, Charlotte made some mistakes or Covington made some mistakes, but Embiid finished that game as a scorer, as a finisher, as a closer. What I like to see, what I was encouraged by, was Ben Simmons with the basketball down the stretch, not afraid to get fouled, not afraid to attack the basket. Those are the things that increase his progression and his growth and will put him in a position to be the point guard of the future for the Sixers, which he already is, but I'm talking about an effective closer and point guard of the future for the Sixers. This is Ask Isaiah live commentary. Thank you for sticking with me for 2+ hours as we break down a great game. You're going to see more commentary like this as the season goes on for not only the Sixers, but Thunder and any marquee game coming up. So stay tuned for my Ask Isaiah podcast breakdown of this game of a much shorter variety, of course. This is a full game. You're gonna have a review and recap of the game and a shorter snippet. But thank you for rocking with me. This is Ask Isaiah live. This is Ask Isaiah live commentary. 76ers, Charlotte Hornets. Sixers win 133-132. Joel Embiid with 42 points and 18 rebounds. Ben Simmons 22 points, 13 rebounds, 8 assists. We'll be back with much more.